Hello everyone, how are you guys doing? Thank you so much for stopping by and welcome to Lovella's Coloring. So I am here to share with you my completed colorings from March, and I also do have some whips coming into April. So I have a pretty nice stack here. So I'm just going to go ahead and get started. I'll clear this desk off and I'll see you in a second. So I'm going to start off with this beautiful illustration by Deborah Mueller. This is from her Artsy Girls coloring book. I have the PDF version from her Etsy store. And with that book, I'm trying to do one illustration a month. I'm like one behind now, but yeah, I'm just going to take my time with it. I started this in February and then I finished it up last month in March. So this page is based with alcohol markers. I have the Ohuhu and the sprees. I believe the blue background was the spree. And then for the pencils on top, I use the Brute Funer. I have the square barreled ones. I use some white Posca around the flowers and then on her eyes. I also use some Aeon Art glitter gel for her head wrap and her blouse and all the butterflies. I have a little bit of stickles here on the flower and then on the flowers on the bottom. I did accidentally wipe off a couple of them on here because I forgot it was still wet while I was taking a picture of it for Instagram. But yeah, very happy with this page. This is an illustration by Deborah Mueller from her Artsy Girls coloring book. So my next two colorings are from Enchanted Faces by Hannah Lynn. This is the pocket-sized coloring book. I have two buddy colors in here, and the first one is with Emma Colors 2020. I'll put her beautiful coloring on this side. Yeah, I love the way she colored the hair of her girl on her page. Love the orange hair. So beautiful. And so this is my version. I did mine's the purple hair. So what I use to color in this page is Arteza marker and Ohuhu markers. Those are alcohol markers, as you can see. And for the pencils, I use Derwent Pro Color, Castle Art colored pencils, and then the Castle Art pastel tints, which I think I used for her face or her skin. And I also used some white Posca and then the Aeon Art glitter gel pen for her hair to add some sparkle. And yeah, I did color her hair for a color along on Instagram. I forgot what the hashtag is, but I'll put it up here. It is the color blue and purple hair. So I know it kind of just looks purple, but I did a base of like a very light bluish purple color of alcohol markers, and then I used one violet and then one, I think it was dark indigo for the roots or the darker areas of the hair. So just two different pencils, a dark indigo and a purple or violet. I forgot which one it was. And yeah, so this is my coloring that I did as a buddy color with Emma. And then the other one I did as a buddy color with the very lovely Terry Lynn. I'll put her beautiful coloring on this side. And yeah, I love the way she colored her blue and purple hair for this illustration. So thank you to Emma, thank you to Terry Lynn for doing these buddy colors in Enchanted Faces to help me get through this book. I want to try to complete it. I don't think I'll be able to do it this year, but if I can get halfway there, I'll be very happy. So this is my page. And for this page, I did do a base of Lemiche markers and Ohuhu markers. Those are alcohol-based pens. For the pencils, I used Marco Raffine and Marco Raffine pastels. I also used Castle Art pastel tints. I have white Posca lining around the clouds in her eye. I also use gold Posca for the star, and then stickles on the stars. And then Aeon glitter gel pen on the hair again to make it sparkle more. And this one was also for the blue and purple hair color along. So you can see that the base of the hair was a like light blue tint alcohol marker, and then I used a purple or lavender color and then a dark blue color for the darker areas. So yeah, very happy with this page. So pretty. So yeah, so those are my 2 completed colorings from Enchanted Faces by Hannah Lynn. My next coloring is in Grazia Salvo's coloring calendar. I have the 2019 one. I think they're still selling this one on Amazon. So I believe I showed you February's, which I colored with Ohuhu brush markers and Crayola colored pencils, and then white Posca and white gel pen for the rain in the background, and then off the fur on her jacket. I believe I showed that. I can't remember if I did. And then I completed March illustration, and so pretty. I like it by itself. I didn't think it needed any background or anything like that. So with this one, I did base it with Ohuhu brush markers. And then for pencils, I used the Holbein Artist Colored Pencils. I also used some Sakura white jelly roll to outline the flowers. And then on her eye. Yeah, very, very pretty. Very simple. Didn't need anything else. So very happy with this page. So I do plan to complete this whole calendar. So I'm going to be working on this illustration next for April. Very pretty. So I haven't started it yet, but hopefully we'll get it done. So this is Grazia Salvo's coloring calendar. I have the 2019. My next coloring is from 50 Spring Miniatures that is illustrated by Camellia Angel Kova. I did a buddy color with the very sweet Rachel, and she is also known as Mini Rach on Instagram and here on YouTube. I'll go ahead and put her beautiful coloring on this side. I love her flowers, they're so pretty. So thank you so much, Rachel, for doing a buddy color with me and getting me to finally do my first page in this book. So here is my coloring, and so for this page I used Ohuhu brush markers to color it in as a base, and then for pencils I used the Black Widow colored pencils. I did use, I think I started off with white gel pens, but it wasn't working for me. I was getting frustrated, so I took out my white Posca, I believe the 0.7, the 1 mr size, to outline the snowdrops. I did put a little bit of a frame in the background, and I did do it with pencil first, and then I put painter's tape around it so that I can put the Muñoz soft pastels to do the sky, and then I took out the painter's tape when I was done, and then I outlined it with a fine liner. And yeah, very happy. I'm just glad that the tape didn't rip the paper. It did help that I put a lot of lint from my sweater and my pants, so that when I peel it off, the tape won't come off, pull the paper out. So yeah, so this is my completed coloring in Camellia Angelkova's 50 Spring Miniatures. My next coloring is in Mythical Maidens and Curious Creatures by Hannah Lynn. This book is one of my series books that I wanted to finally color in. So this is my first coloring in this book, which is the St. Patrick's Day page, and I believe there's a name for it, and it is Leprechaun's Treasure. And this book has double images, and so yeah, I'm just so happy that I got this done by the 17th. So this page was colored in with Ohuhu and Spree markers as a base, and then for pencils I used 3 different sets. I used the Spiro Farben, Derwent Colorsoft, and the Faber-Castell Polychromos. And then I think I only used white Posca to go over the black lines on the clouds, on the flowers, and then on her eyes. The freckles are already there on the illustration, so I didn't have to add that. And then on the rainbow, I didn't even try to add any more lines for the rest of the colors of the rainbow. I just picked 4 colors to add there. So yeah, so this is my first completed coloring in Mythical Maidens and Curious Creatures by Hannah Lynn. My next coloring is in the Fairy Tale Princess coloring book. This is illustrated by Mystic Art Mirrors, also known as Kristen Glorious Ink. And so this book is in my list of series that I want to finally color in. So this book is on that list, and I finally colored my first page in this book, which is the Alice in Wonderland page. Another thing with this page is that I was able to use a lot of the mediums that I wanted to finally pull out and use. So I used Copic markers as a base for this page. And then for the background, I used the Prima watercolors that I got as a gift, Christmas gift. And then on top of that, I used the metallic gelatos from Faber-Castell. Yeah, Faber-Castell metallic gelatos to just rub it on and smooth it out. And then to color on top of the alcohol markers, I used the Caran d'Ache Pablos. And then I also used stickles on the hearts and the diamonds. And then on the spade, I used Mod Podge Extreme Glitter, and also Zig Wink of Stella. I have some stickles on her face. And then on the ribbon, I believe it's just Mod Podge. So yeah, so happy to finally get a page done in here. I've been really intimidated to color in her books. So yeah, just very happy with this page. I like how the metallic gelatos look on top of the watercolors. So yeah, so this is my completed coloring in Fairy Tale Princesses coloring book by Mystic Art Mirrors. My next coloring is in Magical Dawn by Hannah Carlson, and I colored a page in here for a color along that is hosted by Barbara. She's known as Barbara Color here on YouTube and on Instagram. So anyone I mention in this video, I'll try to have their links available down below in the video description. So every month she hosts a color along, and she picks a page from a book, and I believe right now she's working on illustrations from Magical Dawn, and I haven't been able to participate the past few months. So for March, I wanted to color this page in for her color along, and I also used a color palette that was for another color along that is hosted by iPanda Colors. I'll put the color palette up here. So her color along is to use the colors in the color palette for your coloring. So I used that as an inspiration to color this page in, and I'm very happy with how it looks like. Not used to the bright background colors, still getting used to that. I'm more used to using like subtle colors, so the grass green and the bright yellowish green colors are not new, but are colors that I don't usually gravitate to. But I really love how it turns out. Did help with the color palette I already chose. I did add one more color, which is the purple ones for the flowers and the gems. I decided not to color in the tattoo on her arm. I thought it'd be great, just leave it as it is. I think with this whole page, the challenging part was coloring her hair, because when I was coloring this page in, I did go over the black lines around her skin, her face, and her neck with beige Posca, and then after coloring it in with the Caran d'Ache Luminance, and then I colored her hair in with Caran d'Ache Pablos. The hair looked great. It's just that the black lines was just so black and her face looked so soft. It just was so off. So I wanted to cover the black lines. So I already colored the hair. I went over it with beige Posca to cover up the lines, and the beige Posca just popped out too much. So I had to go over it again, try to cover and shade in the areas where it's dark. It didn't work so well at first, so I ended up adding another color from the Ohuhu paint pens to darken up the shaded areas. I think next time, if I plan to go over the lines around the face, I'm going to do the hair first, especially if the hair is light. But yeah, but overall I'm very happy. So the background is Neo Color 2, only her skin is Caran d'Ache Luminance, and everything else is the Caran d'Ache Pablos, and then white Posca, and then beige Posca. So yeah, so that's it for this page. So this one is my coloring in Magical Dawn by Hannah Carlson. My next coloring is in this Korean coloring book. I call it the Rabbit Girl coloring book. I don't know who the illustrator is, but I did a page in here as a buddy color with my wonderful friend T. I'll go ahead and put her page up on this side. And yeah, I really love how her page turned out, especially the way she did her background. And yeah, thank you, T, for doing a buddy color with me in this book. Got me to do my first page in this book. So it's part of March Color Horde 2022. So for this page, all I used is the Holbein colored pencils. And I used that pencils for Corey, that is Colorfully Optimistic, here on YouTube and Instagram, for her color along for, is it H is for March? I think that's what it is. And then Holbein Madness, I believe that's another hashtag. So yeah, so I used the Holbeins for this page. No Posca or glitter gel pens or anything like that. So I tried to use different colors for the rabbit. So this one has a hint of pink, hint of light brown. This one is like warm gray. And yeah, added in some grass and then extra flowers in the background. Yeah, very cute and pretty page, and glad to have one done in this very cute book. So this one is the Rabbit Girl coloring book. My next coloring is in Secret Garden by Johanna Basford. I did a buddy color in here with the lovely Sandra, who challenged me to do this page because it is my first like pattern page, I believe. So I'll go ahead and put her beautiful coloring on this side, which she colored blue and yellow in dedication to the people of Ukraine. And I love the way she colored her page. And yeah, she really challenged me by picking out this page because yeah, I don't remember doing any other kinds of pattern page like this. But I did pick a color palette from one of the books. I forgot what it's called, but I'll put the name here, plus the color palette that I chose to use from that book. And yeah, I wanted it to look summery. That was my plan for it, and very happy with how it turned out. I did have to add like I forgot what those things in the middle are, but yeah, the little balls in the middle of the flowers, I added all of that. And I decided it didn't need any background on it because it does have a like, it's not like white, it's like an off-white cream color already. So I thought it would already be okay. I did have a little boo-boo. I put that on Instagram and I wasn't sure if anyone would notice, but I wonder if any of you guys see the mistake that I did on this page, because it is a pattern and it's like right in the middle of this page. So if you haven't seen it or can't find it, it is this pink one here and this blue one right here. I think I meant to do that blue and I forgot, and so I just colored it in pink. So hard to see unless, I guess, if you're the one coloring it. But anyways, very pretty picture. I'm glad I was able to do another one in this Secret Garden book that I haven't touched for a while. I think the last time I colored in here was this double page spread. So yeah, so thank you, Sandra, for getting me to color in this book. This is Secret Garden by Johanna Basford. And my last completed coloring that I'll share with you is in Fragile World by Kirby Rosanis. And the page is this iceberg polar bear page. And I did record how I completed this whole page. I just still have to finish putting it together and edit it, and hopefully it'll be out either by this weekend or by next week. So I'll try to get it out as soon as I can. So this whole page is done with Prismacolor Premier colored pencils. I didn't even use any blender pencil. I did have a little acrylic paint on the Aurora Borealis. I splattered it with white acrylic paint also, using a toothbrush. No gel pens or anything like that. I did use white Posca to outline the icebergs, and for the little bubbles that were part of the illustration, I used the silver Posca on the fish. And yeah, so this is my first completed page in this book and the last completed page that I'll share in this video. I do have a couple of whips to share with you before I go, so I'll be right back. Okay, so I have 3 whips to share with you, and the first is in Enchanted Faces by Hannah Lynn. I started this last month, so I'm gonna try to complete it this month. And it is this page, which is, let me see what it's called. It is called Dee Dee. So it's almost done. I just have to finish her skin, or her face, and her wings, and the leaves, and it should be done. So yeah, so this is the first whip from Enchanted Faces by Hannah Lynn. So my next whip is in Johanna Basford's Ivy and Inky Butterfly. I'm doing a page in here as a buddy color with the lovely Emily of Emily's Coloring Corner here on YouTube and on Instagram. And the page we are doing is this one. And I'm trying to figure out this page still. I'm like, I don't want to color out the blue all the way down here because I'm just doing it with pencils. And I'm seeing if I like it where I just do like little portions, and probably just this portion right over here. And yeah, so it started. I just have to complete it. And yeah, all done with Prismacolor Premier colored pencils. And hopefully we'll get it done this month. So this is my whip in Johanna Basford's Ivy and Inky Butterfly. And in the last book that I'm going to be sharing with you is another whip. This is The Fairy Touch of Magic, illustrated by Clara Markova. So I started a page in here for a color along. This illustration was chosen for that, but I was not able to complete it, but I just have a little bit more and I should be done. So the background is done with Neocolor 2s, and then the rest of the page I'm coloring it in with the Holbein Artist Colored Pencils, which was going to be for Corey's color along, but since the month end, I'm just going to continue it anyways with the Holbeins. I'm really liking how it's turning out. Love how the flowers are looking. So I just have to complete it. So yeah, so that is the last that I'm going to share with you for this video. So I want to thank you all so much for stopping by and for watching. I hope that you guys enjoyed seeing what I've completed in March and what pages I am currently working on to complete this month. I do have several other books and pages already picked out that I have for buddy colors, but I'll just show that another time. Anyways, thank you again. Please keep safe, take care, and happy colorings. I'll see you all in my next video. Bye-bye.